Hi, and welcome back to AI in 5. I'm your host, Simon Chris, and joining me today from Queensland is Cori Stewart. Cori heads up the ARM hub around robotics, and we're going to be talking about the use of generative AI in the manufacturing sector. Hi, Cori, and welcome to AI in 5. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
Now, we're going to dive right into this. I know a lot of service industries, banks and hotels and blah, 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 are jumping on the generative AI bandwagon. What I'd like to explore with you, because I know it's your area of speciality, is what is that manufacturing section? People who are used to building stuff, building things. Where are they on this AI and particularly generative AI journey?
Yeah, industrial companies are really, in my experience, so we work with them day in, day out, are still having the experience of having their data in lots of different places, sort of like on the floor in the business. So their IT and their OT kind of data are still quite separated, and they're really finding it hard to get value out of their data. So, increasing licenses, growing IT teams, but really thinking, gosh, how am I going to go from this sort of spaghetti environment of data into trying to get some value out of this next wave of generative AI. I think they're at the questioning phase of that.
Okay. And is there a question in particular they're trying to solve? Is there a use case that they're trying to solve? Or are they just trying to get their head around how they're going to use it?
Well, I think there's a mix of companies in both of those buckets for sure. There's definitely some that are stepping into this space, and I think they're alert to the market trends. Now, the market trends are really saying that, they're really cutting their spending on traditional forms of IT spending.
Okay.
So they're going, oh, why, how useful is this CRM? Does it just hold my data now that I'm starting to use chatbots and generative AI to search my data, and I can do that with English language and it's all findable. The traditional things like CRMs and ERP systems, ERPs are really important in manufacturing traditionally, keeps the whole business and production environment going. But, are they the future of manufacturing? And so what we're seeing in that trend is a pulling away from these traditional sorts of IT and starting to really think about, can that be a chatbot? Can I have control of that without all these licenses? And this is really upending, I suppose, putting a juncture in businesses going, okay, well, that's a huge transformation, but it's happening now and I need to be on that journey. So I think we got some still thinking about what it is, and some that go, okay, I can see it like other people have seen it. And, the industry's, I suppose, telling everyone, like, these are the market trends, stop spending on traditional AI. And I think the good way to understand that is it used to be really about software as a service. You buy a piece of software, it augments what the human does, but it's really your responsibility as the company to figure out how that software will work, to implement it and actually to make it spit out the right things at the end. And it's really gone to services software. So it's up to the company to who you're going to work with probably on this generative AI journey to augment that, figure it out. And for that, I guess the software now has a brain. It can do things and it can automate it. And the service is the outcome. So you really want the outcome now. You don't want a software or another app, a new app. You really want this brain that's actually just going to automate what you do. So from advanced search, in our business in particular at Arm Hub, we want it to help us drive proposal writing. But it could be in a lot of the companies that I've seen think about this. They're thinking about pricing. Like, how do we do pricing, automate this process that actually takes so long for our sales service? And all this is really about services software. So getting the right generative AI service. And this is not traditional.
Yeah,
IT.
kind of comes back to that agentic stuff again, doesn't it?
Oh,
Stuff
it is,
not
yeah.
just going to answer a question, it's actually going to deliver an outcome, such as a proposal or pricing schedules or whatever that case might be.
And there was a really great one I saw a couple of weeks ago where, they'd set up an agentic environment. So, a machine talking to a machine, so it actions it. And it was if there was an alert in a manufacturing floor, that alert would go into the chatbot environment. That chatbot would look for what is that piece of machinery, So let's gather that information. Where's that alert coming from? What's that alert saying? Would send it to, it would then search who's on shift and who's responsible at that time and send that information to that person as well as to
Wow.
HR. So you've automated that whole alert process. And, you've taken out the 16 phone calls about what is it, who needs it, and, obviously downtime then is less risky. So that's a really good example to me of like an agentic AI system and using a kind of generative AI chatbot.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, look, we're right at time, but I always ask everybody the same question, which is, what's your one hot tip for someone just starting their AI journey?
Sort out your data and don't think about more apps. There's going to be relief on the horizon. You're not going to have to think about having yet another app to help you. You've got English language and generative AIs on your side to get access to your data.
Wonderful. This has been a great AI in 5. Cori, thank you so much. I look forward to chatting again.
Yeah, great. Thank you.